Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, today we're picked up a I don't remember what year it is. It's a roller block. It's a 5 liter out of a truck. Paid $60 for this. Basically we bought it for the crank and even possibly the rods, in case we lose the bottom end in Misty's car. It's a shame because this thing had like 70-some thousand miles on it, and somebody left straight water in it and it split the block. So it doesn't have any ridges on the cylinders. It's like the block was in perfect condition with the exception of those cracks. So we're going to tear this thing apart and salvage the rods and the crank out of it. Rods and pistons in the crank. I did sit around a little bit, get a little rusty on the bores, but of course the block's garbage because it's cracked, but I don't think it'll affect the pistons any. I've actually got it to turn over. It didn't take me a few minutes. It's moving, so we're going to start taking it apart, and I'll get into some of the details on that, so stick around. Okay, so you can see we've got 2 rods straight up and down here. I'm just going to start with these 2 because they're already up. And it's very difficult to turn this engine. So, to turn it over rather. Hey Charlie, what you doing, buddy? What you doing? So primarily, the crankshaft is what I'm after here, but we're going to save the rods and pistons because in case we have to do a like a stock repair, if that makes sense. If Misty's car started having a rod knocking, we could actually take these crank and pistons and rods and put in her motor. So now I was going to explain that we need to stamp some marks in here, but this motor is already stamped. The rods have already got stamps on them, so we know where they go, so they can go back in the same excuse me, same cylinder they came out of. Okay, so I don't really have a rag out here, but you can see where it's been setting, but they still have real nice spring to them. So, and I leave the rod bearings in there while I'm storing these because it helps protect that that bearing surface underneath from rust. And looks like we just got some oil. Oh hell, I gotta come up with some piece of hose to. You want to be really careful not to let the rod bolts smack the crank journal. It looks like I gotta come up with some more hose, so stick around guys, we'll get into this. Okay, here we go. So we got a little bit of hose. I'll tell you what, if I was building anything with serious horsepower, these rods certainly would not be getting used. But we're just running stock OEM engine parts in her car, so put those over the bolts so that the threads don't tear up the crank journal, the rod journal, excuse me. And we just kind of work it down. This is one of them rusty ones. It's gonna get stuck. So, well, we'll see what we can do here. Fuck. All right. Gotta step away yet again. Okay, let's try this again. I get something down in here to move that piston. There we go. Get going now. Like I said, the block got a little rusty, so make sure those things stay on there. And I'm mainly interested in saving the crankshaft here. Rods will be a nice little bonus. That ain't helping. Shit. Alright. Take that way. There it is. Okay. Alright, there it is. Nice and rusty, crusty. I don't know if I want to keep this or not. Probably wouldn't hurt to throw them in a... Yep. What are you doing, girl? Get down. This rod bearing didn't stay in there very well. Goes that way. Damn it, get down, girl. Come on. Come on. You don't need to be up here. No. Go on. Go on. Woman. Eh. Come on. Get down. Got chickens, curious chickens. I'm always worried about what you're doing. All right. I don't know. We'll throw them in a basket or something, keep them around, but I highly doubt I reuse those rods. Ugh. I'm not really going to video this entire disassembly of this engine, so we'll do a couple of them. You guys get the gist. Leave those nuts on the end of the rod. Give her a little tap. Get her moving. There we go. Yeah, I know. I know. Life of a chicken, right? Don't look so bad. What do I do with that other? There it is. Okay. This thing has been in the back of my truck for about a month. So I had it covered up with a trash bag. What do you want? Really is a shame. This was a fairly clean little motor, but chicken roosting up in the truck. What are you doing up there? What are you doing? Chicken. Come here. Come here. Okay, so you guys get the gist of pulling pistons and rods out of it. This thing's definitely going to need to go to a machine shop and get a polish done on it. If it isn't tore up. Hopefully I didn't waste 60 bucks for a tore up crankshaft. I don't know. So stick around, we got more stuff coming. I'm going to tear the rest of this apart. So I picked up a couple of little bullet mufflers. for the for Misty's Mustang. Basically, they have these donut flanges on the headers. Funny thing, actually, one of them slipped right in the muffler right here, and I can put a clamp on it. The second one, I think it's the same pipe. I don't know. Some stuff that somebody welded. This one, doesn't matter how hard I try, I'm probably going to have to cut a few slits in this one, 3 slits, to stretch it out a little bit to get it over this one. And then I'll just put muffler clamps on both of them. That'll, now I can put these little bolts right on the end of the header. And we can tame it a little bit, you know, quiet down a little bit. So, I just listed the, you guys can see the GT40 stuff, the intake and fuel injection off the car. I'm gonna go ahead and sell that stuff. It's Explorer GT40 stuff, so it's not like Ford Motorcraft, but it's Explorer, come off an Explorer. Then I'm going to sell that stuff on Marketplace because we're not going to use it. We're carbureted this deal. So stick around. We'll work on making a fuel line. I got one more fuel line left to make on this from the regulator to the carburetor. So stick around. We'll do that. Okay, there's the last fuel line right there. Before I actually fill the carburetor with fuel, once I get everything wired and done, I need to take this off and point it to a bucket and pump through. For any of you guys have ever made stuff out of braided hose, you know you have to cut it with a hacksaw, and there leaves garbage in the hoses and whatnot, so we'll have to flush all that junk out. So that's the last fuel line. Last fuel line is right to the carburetor. You can see you got your dual feed system here with your pressure gauge, so I can adjust the regulator to get the, I don't remember what it is, 6.5 pounds fuel pressure, something like that. Anyway, there's that. Misty still has to paint her valve covers yet. She hasn't done that yet. And of course, the last piece of the puzzle for today. So we bought a brand new set of Jegs SSR spikes. Those are 15 by 8 with a 5.5 inch backspace. We're going to run a 235 drag radial, which is about a 9.5 wide, 26 inch tall. There's the fronts. So if you guys are balling on a budget, so to speak, these are Volkswagen spec front tires. These are 165/80 R15s, but they're spec'd for a Volkswagen Beetle. And obviously you don't want to try to hang any curves with this, but if you're just drag racing, this is a really inexpensive alternative to say some kind of a front runner tire. Both of these tires brand new. They are a Thunderer Mach 1, and two new tires mounted and balanced was like $212, and the Hoosier front tires alone were $200 some a piece. So those will work just fine. I've used these back in the day, the old Volkswagen tires. It's nothing new. A lot of guys know about it, but in case you were wondering, that saved quite a bit of money. And I think these wheels are going to look really good on the car. Sorry I can't really get a good side shot. And we just ordered our drag radials today. It's Saturday. We'll see them Monday. So I'll post a video up when we get this thing back on the ground on wheels. That'll look good. So among all the other things I got to do yet, I got to wire the fan. I got to wire the MSD. Some of this stuff here is going to, I don't know if I'm going to clip it, tuck it, roll it, stick it over here somewhere. That's all your fuel injection wiring. If I split this loom, I could probably take out a lot of that. It's basically your injectors and some sensors and some other stuff, and the coil wires, which I'm going to put all new stuff on it for that anyway. Hopefully we'll be able to video some of that. That way you guys can understand what to do with that. We want the car to charge. We want to be able to drive it on the street if we want to. We're not necessarily going to, but we want to be able to have lights, brakes, power windows, turn signals, everything working on this car if we want to drive it on the street. So I think that's all we got for today, guys. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.